There we go. We're starting with the smaller group, which I am considering not doing this again. Just having everyone show up and we'll just play with whoever shows up. So, um, okay, so we left off of you guys in.
We were in the shopping district where we meet the purple-haired guy, Scirocco, and he was trying to talk to us.
Scirocco or Scirocco.
Yeah,
Scirocco. I like Scirocco.
He steps out of his mobile suit and Scirocco steps out of his mobile suit and he tries to befriend us. Yeah. And then he tells us he's a Confederate guy.
No, he said that he might be or he might not be. He didn't definitely say he was a Confederate. He said, do what you think or whatever, or think what you want. Yeah. He did not confirm nor deny like a true politician.
Yeah. He was just weird. So, what suddenly, because he's late and because Luce isn't showing up, suddenly you guys hear heavy footfalls of a mecha nearby, and you see part of the crowd that you were in earlier. Basically a riot going on, and they're moving through the streets, and they're basically running away from one of those giant mecha that you saw earlier. I'm gonna put a little image of one of those mecha. The mech that this is a Confederate drone mech. There you go up on roll 20. So one of those.
Oh, that one.
One of those is following the crowd, and it's got his guns trained on the crowd, but it's not firing at them. And you hear it telling them, do not advance. Retreat. Return to your homes. Anyone on the streets beyond 3 p.m. will be arrested.
What time is it now?
You look up at the clock, and it's actually around noon. So people have time to get home.
So is it doing anything with a purpose, or is it just warning everybody?
It's warning everyone, and it's following a portion of the crowd, which is heading straight for you. And that portion of the crowd separates you guys. It basically overwhelms the area, that street, and separates you from Luce and Scirocco. So it's just the two of you together at this moment, running down an alley next to the Starbucks. So you decide where you're going.
Does Galaxy Brew or Galactic Brew?
Galactic Brew, yeah.
Could we follow underneath it? Like, does it have cameras underneath it, or can we just follow it and it not know where we are?
You can try
by running right underneath it.
You can try whatever you want. You want to try running underneath it? See what happens?
No, I'm trying to figure out more information about the machine before I do anything.
It's very large. You can definitely run under its legs. It's not hurting anyone. It's following the crowd, but it's not. You notice that the thing knows what it's doing. Whenever it steps in between into the group, it doesn't hurt anybody.
I'd like to follow underneath it.
So I slip into an alleyway. I imagine we both we avoid the crowd somehow, so we have a brief respite, or is that what happened? We're in an alleyway.
Yeah. Well, she said that she slipped underneath it, so she turned and went underneath it. So.
All right.
She basically left.
All right.
You were in the alleyway for a brief moment before she turned and went.
All right.
The other two are
I see her slip. I see her slip underneath the machine. I'm like.
How do you know that's how my mom looks at me?
So are you walking with it, or are you just using it, slip through it and get behind it?
Do you have comms, by the way? Did you purchase comms?
I don't know.
I don't think you did. Never mind.
So the big
but I have a very snazzy.
The massive machine, the mecha, is walking toward, following the crowd. Its guns are trained on the crowd, but it's not firing. And you just hear this big whomp, whomp, whomp as it follows them.
I'm thinking of a scarab from Halo.
Good enough.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So how far away is she now that she's underneath this mech? From me?
This is happening right in front of you. 20 feet.
All right. There's currently a crowd how the street is filled with people right now, right?
The street is filled with people. Most of the crowd is ahead of the mech. There are some stragglers. Some people went into a Galactic Brew. Some people went down the alleyway with you. You saw Scirocco and I forgot her name. Go another direction. They disappeared. Scirocco's mobile suit is still there.
Is mobile suit still there so we could steal it?
If we had the key.
Yeah, you need a key.
What if we just ask nicely?
You can try it. Go walk up to it.
How about underneath the machine?
So my character is just smoking while this is happening. He's like, I walk up to the mobile suit. I see that the cockpit's as open as he left it, right? You know, it's pretty much like it pretty much he did the thing where he, you know, has mobile suit kneeling and everything. It's like, if the crowd is thinned out, I'm gonna try to walk. I'm trying to wave towards, let's see, Bonabel. I wave towards Bonabel to see if I can get Bonabel's attention.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Were you sleeping or something? Jonathan, that was a question.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Jonathan, you need to talk in front of the computer.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you were talking like this, so we can't hear you.
Let's see you. Turn the camera on. There
you look horrible. So I try to get Bonabel's attention. Does it work?
Make some noise.
I'm not making noise. I'm waving.
You're waving? Okay, roll charisma.
Cool.
Jonathan, mute yourself.
It's processing the roll.
Everything's super slow. I noticed.
19.
19? Oh, yeah. You definitely got her attention.
So I pretty much I wave and I'm like, I point at the mobile suit.
Bonabel, you see Dr. Nine pointing at the mobile suit and waving at you and pointing at the other mobile suit, the one that you can actually get inside of.
I run over.
Okay, so you stuck under the giant robot's fucking legs, and you run over to Dr. Nine. You're both together. Like most of the crowd has passed at this point. They're still following the machine and the crowd itself, but the machine is following. Your friends are gone. You don't know what happened to them.
Well, whenever Dr. Nine smokes, there's like a little hatch that goes up to show his metal jaw and the only human part of his human lip. So, you see that, and as he smokes, he's like, well, if you can somehow make this thing work for you, figure we can take it and repurpose it. Just gotta
repurpose it.
well, we'll just put it in the little garage back over yonder, and then we'll go get the real prize. That guy seemed like an asshole anyways.
He seemed nice. He liked my hat. What do I roll to see if I can get the mech to work?
Okay, you're gonna climb up into the mech's cockpit and attempt to get to work.
Yes.
Okay, as soon as you get in there, you realize that it needs a key, and that the key also responds to DNA. So there's absolutely no way that you can do this quickly. You'd have to have this thing towed away, and it'd take a few hours. So maybe 3 weeks later.
Dr. Nine.
Wait, just a second. Okay, is the psychic a human?
Depends on the psychic.
Like does he has hair, right?
He has hair? Yes.
So more than likely, one of his hair pieces must have fallen out at the mech at some point.
So you're looking for.
So if I take it,
Scirocco's
if I look for a hair,
head of hair,
or anything
Okay, you find some of his hair.
I gotta have a paper clip or something on me.
So you find some of his hair. So what do you do?
Bear in
I put
mind,
it on
by
the
this
DNA
point,
scanner.
but bear in mind, but by this point, Dr. Nine has already come up in here. He's just holding onto the exit and watching. He's watching what's happening inside and watching everyone outside, making sure no one's paying attention.
Okay, so the machine powers up and it goes, "Welcome, Peptimus Scirocco. Please insert key." And you know that there's a little slot for a key next to the DNA.
What type of slot?
Don't worry, Bonabel. I might have something for this.
A paper
I
clip?
pull out my high-end thief tools, and I open the hatch next to the key, and I start getting to fucking work.
Go ahead. You have a thieving skill?
I do not have a thieving skill. Let's see. I have.
You may use your intelligence.
I have repair. I have repair +5.
Okay, you are a total fucking techie. So go ahead, add that and roll 20-sided dice.
Yeah. So I go underneath my cloak and I reveal a whole entire kit of high-end tools.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like a devilish grin underneath the mask as I start getting to work on this shit.
And if that works, can I have it register my DNA as?
That is a 6. I rolled a 6.
You got.
That's a critical failure.
Well, you guys were doing so well until that point. So the machine locks down real quickly, and you see the cockpit close on you, and it locks, and then a screen opens in front of you, and a face appears right in front of you. You guys have changed things by being lunatics, which is awesome. The face.
Can I talk to the face?
Oh yeah, it's a mechanical face. It's a face wearing a helmet, a face that you saw give a speech, and kill and get shot at and just continue to speak.
So I may talk to it.
Oh yeah, it's the helmet of the Black Swan.
I would like to say something to
hold on, I
the.
gotta tell
Do we know that his name is the Black Swan, by the way?
You guys have heard this because he's the head of the Confederate military. Give me a second, I gotta tell Jonathan what he got from his end. Someone broke into your buddy Scirocco's mobile suit, so it automatically calls you. It summons you automatically, so you have control of the mobile suit. So you can do whatever you want with it. So of course, the first thing it does is it puts you into it, so you can see who's in there. You see Dr. Nine and his female companion Bonabel. Both of you describe yourself to Jonathan because it's the first time you meet you guys. Jonathan, you can.
All right.
I'm a cowgirl with a snazzy hat.
I'm a completely head to toe I'm covered completely head to toe in a black metal power armor, like a exosuit. With a glowing white. You can see glowing white coming from the suit every now and then. It looks like a mostly blank plate visor that's glossy black like ebony. And I have really ragged, like a really ragged clothing around the armor. Like I have a long cloak underneath it. That's around him, and I look like I've traveled the desert many days before coming here, and I'm smiling with a devilish grin at you.
Do I see the tools that he has?
Yes, you do.
You see everything, and you saw the last 5 to 10 seconds of what was going on. You saw him trying to break into it, and you saw him fumble miserably.
I did a great job. Tyler's the one who's the failure.
It has been quite interesting to see how scavengers can so quickly overcome, or at least attempt to overcome security.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
The mobile suit asks the
and may I have the pleasure of having the names of those who threaten the security.
Threaten the security? We're not threatening nothing. Some idiot left their mech in the middle of the road when there's a lockdown in a couple hours. We were simply moving it out of the way to make sure no damage happened to it.
You have no authorization, and you have not even been known by the Confederacy yet. So I highly...
Well, if we're not known by the Confederacy, clearly we're okay. Because if we were known by the Confederacy, clearly we wouldn't be good.
Black
it is the Confederacy mech you are in.
No, it's not.
Well,
yes, it is.
It's purple.
Thank you for confirming that, Mr. Swan. I do appreciate it so much because we weren't sure of the fact. We thought this was a bandit's vessel.
Sure.
A vile bandit that pretends to be a nice man.
The mech is purple. It goes completely against your color scheme.
It certainly does.
Yes. So you believed it was a bandit's mech.
Yeah, finders keepers.
Jonathan, you identify Dr. Nine, the machine, as the person that Scirocco went to go meet, and who needs to get into the Capitol building, in order to find the 3 mobile suits that the Confederacy is looking for. So these are the people you're looking for.
Where is Peptimus Scirocco?
Oh, he's on a trip.
Probably to go find some crystals so we could talk to them.
Perhaps you could tell me in detail, where is Peptimus Scirocco?
Your people and their little fun adventures, they accidentally grabbed one of your men and brought him with them. Your little fun adventures that you've been doing. Your schemes, Black Swan.
Oh, sure. My people, I assume many misunderstandings that can be easily corrected.
Oh, there's no misunderstanding here.
Jonathan, you have multiple options. You can absolutely have them killed by the mobile suit. It can vent them out and remove all the air inside the suit if you wish. But you also do need 9 to find the mobile suit. So it's up to you what you do.
I ordered a mobile suit to bring them to the Capitol, but to thin the air in the mech.
Question.
Small margin.
Of course.
So are the mechs waterproof?
The mechs
so the second
are waterproof, yes.
Oh.
So the second the mobile suit moves, Dr. Nine starts laughing. You forget. You're a new Dakota boy. And I start fucking ripping through all the wires. Everything. I start fucking... I start like going into the wires, and I find the hatch. I rip off the panel for what's next to the door, and I start fucking with it. I'd like to roll for repair.
See, the problem is you failed so fucking miserably that this thing went into full security mode, and it's not letting you do jack shit. So you're able to do something, some damage to it, but not before it stops at the Capitol and opens up the hatch and then turns itself. So it puts itself down and attempts to ventilate you out of it. The Black Swan is not outside the Capitol. The Capitol is actually completely empty right now. You just see a building. There's one of those drone mechs right in front of it, and it's looking right at you, and it has the big guns trained on you.
So when I drop
I have to punish a fumble. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So when I drop in front of this mech, how far away is the mech?
Which one, the drone or
the drone?
You mean how far away you are from cover from the mech, or
No, the drone. How far away is it?
It's maybe 50 feet away.
If you get me killed,
it has trained its guns on you. It will atomize you. I'm not even gonna roll if it shoots at you. If you decide to piss it off and get it you.
All right. Well, Black Swan.
You don't see the
Looks
Black
like
Swan
you got
anymore.
us good. What?
You don't see the Black Swan anymore. Jonathan,
Oh.
are you going to head to the door to meet them, to greet them?
Pretty much.
Okay. so you take some time. You two can RP in the meantime.
You're an idiot.
Well, figured he was already a Confederate. Should have just went to the bar.
Okay, you
I
notice a
also
crowd
wanted
of
to go to
people
the
heading straight
psychic's
for you
tent.
guys. In front of them is like a fairly chubby individual, but he's familiar looking. So both of you, if you want to roll a wisdom check, you can recognize him. He's with a small crowd of people,
If he's
and they have a camera.
anyone that breathes hard, I am not gonna be happy.
He's heavy set, so he breathes hard.
Okay. What do I roll?
Roll a wisdom check. So you're gonna add your wisdom.
My
bonus.
dice are cursed.
What'd you roll?
They're cursed, dude. I got another critical failure.
Is it a 1d20?
Yeah, 1d20. Tyler's like, huh?
Okay,
Shit,
so I have 15, but I have a +2 on middle. I have a +2 for wisdom.
Okay, so roll a 20-sided dice, add a +2 to it. Tell me what you roll.
So I have 17.
Okay, that is Dash Jackson. Dash Jackson is like he's like an Alex Jones type. He's a muckraker, but he's very anti-Confederate, and
I'm sorry, I missed a whole lot of those things. Who's Alex Jones and what's a mudraker?
Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist podcast guy who right wing, very anti-liberal and communist. He's a good guy, but he's very let me see, tabloidy. So that's what Dash Jackson.
Okay.
He's very tabloid. He's loud. He's anti the bad guys. So he's technically on your side. But he kind of gives all of you a bad name. So you're not really sure about this guy. He's heading straight for you guys. He's got a mic and he has an entire film crew. He's heading straight for you.
Okay, then what's a mudraker?
A muckraker. It's
muck. Oh, okay, I get that now. Okay.
What he
Is
that John?
So I flicked.
Yep,
That's John.
Better late than never.
I flicked my
John, while you were gone, they stole your mobile suit. Well, they tried to steal the mobile suit. The mobile suit defended itself.
I did a fantastic job until Tyler goofed it up.
Until Tyler rolled a fucking critical fumble, and the mobile suit went into defense mode.
My dice are cursed today.
Went into defense mode and called up Jonathan, and Jonathan had it bring them to the Capitol building. So it's right in front of the Capitol.
I stole your DNA from the hair left over in the mech.
Oh yeah, he did. She did. She used your DNA to and she almost stole it. So John, what happened to you was you got separated from them by a large riot crowd that moved through the street, and one of the large mobile suits. Hold on, I'll put an image of it again. The Confederate drones chased the crowd. So you got separated from the group, and so did Luce's character. But Luce's character has not found you. And what do you do after the separation? You actually saw your mobile suit during after you were able to fight your way to the crowd. You saw your mobile suit walk away.
Yeah.
And head towards the Capitol.
Oh, I go straight for my mobile suit without a doubt.
Okay, so you basically jog to the Capitol. so you'll be there in a little bit. So we'll go back to let Tyler and Madeline continue RPing. Jonathan, you're not there yet.
So let's see.
I told Dr. 9 who on earth that person is.
Let's see. Wait, how far away is the crowd?
There is no crowd. The Capitol is completely empty. There's nobody here except one mobile suit and Dash Jackson and his film crew. So it's him and about 4 other people, and it's a film crew. There's another guy following him around with a boom, and then there's one with a camera, and then like an assistant.
How far? Let's see. How far away would you say is cover? I actually I think I could make it to a different area within a single round. I got the jetpack is obscenely fast. So
you have to roll initiative against the thing that has its guns trained on you. If you're going to try and fly.
Okay, the guns are 100% trained on me. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. And they'll turn you into a smear by fire.
All right. Cool. The mobile suit that's next to us.
The mobile.
It's not covering us at all.
Well, it's a mobile doll. It's a drone. It's a robot.
No, the mobile suit next to us isn't covering us at all. The one that dropped us off.
No, that thing it powered off.
It doesn't have like I can't slip behind it. No, right?
You can absolutely slip behind it.
But I would have to fight for initiative.
I will have you roll initiative. Yes.
All right. I just keep casually smoking there.
Madeline, what do you do?
I find a shady spot and sit down.
the other gun arm follows you and stops on you.
So you were gonna ask him about who the Swan is?
Who's gonna ask me?
I think Madeline, you were gonna ask about the Swan.
No, I was just gonna have my character tell your character, because you failed to roll again, who on earth that person walking towards us is. So you can look it up in your database head.
You rolled a 1.
Oh.
You have no fucking clue.
That person? I have no idea.
So Dash
looks
Jackson
like a big boy.
approaches you. He looks at the two of you and decides the woman is the one he's going to approach first. So he goes.
Ew.
So he goes. Are you a
I start
Confederate
searching
soldier?
the internet.
Are you a Confederate soldier that just stepped out of that experimental prototype?
What?
You see, they make pretend that they don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm speaking perfect English. These Confederate, these are Confederate soldiers, as were half of that crowd that just left.
Question: what color is he wearing?
He's wearing gray. He's wearing a suit.
The incognito communist color. Then I call him a communist.
Communist. You see, a communist always does the same thing. They always accuse someone who isn't a communist of being a communist when they themselves are communists. Oh, there goes my video. All right, let me pause this.
Which Roll20 group are we in?
The
Gator of New Dakota. You drunken monkey.
Why isn't it showing up?
Have you never gotten in it?
Did you not go into it last week?
No.
That's why.
Last week I played solely on my phone. I didn't get a chance to jump in.
Hold on. I'll link it in Telegram.
Yeah, you're the one that's got to link it. I can't do
it.
Okay, so yeah.
I found a meme, Tyler.
I'll send it then.
So she called Dash Jackson a communist, and he responded with, hold on a second, John, I'll send you the link. You guys totally skipped an encounter. That's awesome. It's wonderful when you make an entire battle map and put all sorts of good stuff into it and pour stuff into it, and the players just completely ignore it. It's awesome. And get into a mecha.
Yeah.
Good. So,
my dice cursed today.
Dash responds.
What it is.
Dash responds with, "That is also a typical trait of the communists. They call everyone else what they are."
So wouldn't that make you a communist? Because the first thing you did was call me a communist.
I called you a Confederate. The Confederation is very communist. Don't you believe in community?
So that's just proving my point.
She thinks she's smarter than me, but she's not. I'm Dash Jackson here. and she also has a masked individual on her side. So he just completely turns the cameras away from you. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
I actually,
Hands over to
I
Dr.
grab Dash John. I grab this guy and I go over and I get close to his ear. I'm like, I want you. And I speak quietly so that only he hears me. I want you to pay attention. Behind you. Because he assumes that Dash Johnson didn't notice the mech. Behind you.
I don't like your hands on me. And he pulls his shoulder away from you. This one right here is going to threaten me. Put the camera close to him. They get really close, right up in your face.
Can I say something to him?
Of course you can.
The only thing that is going to threaten you is your inability to move quick.
When they
both spoke at the same time, I couldn't understand Madeline.
I said the only thing that's going to threaten him is his inability to move quickly because of how fat he is and his hard of breathing.
Yeah, when they put the camera on my face, my character reacts by grabbing it with his robotic hand and crushing it, and then just throwing it aside.
Look what you've done! He's looking at the camera. What the hell? Why would you destroy the camera? Pull out the other ones. They pull out their little comm links, basically the cell phones of the day, and they start recording. And they're like, and now he's talking to the internet and pretty much the entire Confederacy and all New Dakota. You see, this Confederate soldier just attempted to assault Dash Jackson and also smashed our cameraman. They are threatening us with violence. They turn the cameras towards the gigantic mech that has his guns trained right on you, but it looks like it's trained on Jackson. You don't look
like a Confederate. Can we ask them to shoot him?
Now, Jackson, if that gun is really pointed at you, it will follow you if you move away, won't it? How about you move away and see if it follows you?
Again, you see their trickery. This is a false flag. Now I'll walk away and the gun won't follow me, but it followed me the whole way here. Turns to the camera. We're going inside, and he basically steps away from you, starts going up the stairs into the Capitol. What do you guys do?
Can we still ask the droid mech if he can shoot him?
The droid mech does not follow him. It's
sign language.
The droid mech it's guns are trained on you guys. Not
but it only has 2 guns?
It has 2 guns.
It only has 2 guns, not 3?
No, 2.
How useless. How inefficient can this droid be that it can't even for a second go and shoot someone else and then train back on me?
At this point,
what on earth is the communist paying for?
At this point, an out-of-breath Peptimus Scirocco shows up. Basically runs into the square. You hear John.
Hey, Freddy, how are you doing?
Fine.
Hi, Sherdo.
Hello. Does anybody know why my mech was taking off?
John,
because you left it unattended and it was feeling lonely.
John, I'm just going to describe the scene to you. Capitol building, 2 mechs. There's one of the drone mechs, one of the Confederate drone mechs with its guns trained on Dr. 9. Your mech is there undamaged, though there are some wires pulled out at a futile attempt to destroy a mech by pulling out some wires.
That wasn't my fault.
Pulling out some wires. So, and by someone who should know better. And the film crew of Dash Jackson, who you know who it is a conspiracy theorist blogger, heading straight up the stairs into the Capitol building. That's all that's here. There's not a single other soul.
Interesting. So I make my way over to my mech because I'm going to jump in the cockpit and see the damage.
When he
did no damage. He broke like part of the air conditioner.
when he goes to check the damage, Dr. 9 casually speaks. Maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes of work.
On a DNA scanner.
What was that?
A little bit of your hair is on DNA scanner. Like
I bring up the black box to see who was the last person piloting it.
No, they didn't get to pilot. They were inside of it, but they didn't pilot it.
So who was the last person inside it?
It went into autopilot and brought them over to the Capitol under command of the Black Swan.
But it was them, right?
It was them.
Fiddling with the systems?
Yes, it was them. Totally.
I use science.
He puts everything back the way it goes. Never touch my mobile suit again.
Well, don't leave your DNA all over the place.
And here we thought you were a sweetheart.
Well, truth is, I was coming here to help you, but now you touched my mobile suit. How would you feel if the role was reversed? Your precious mobile suit, and somebody starts pulling wires and messing with the DNA scanner.
I don't know, Scirocco. I don't know. We're in vastly different positions here, my Confederate friend.
I am sorry for using your DNA against your muck suit.
Your friend did confirm it after all, and now you got us right where you want us, Scirocco. Cheers to you and your fine mech.
Look, in truth, I'm here. He kind of like looks around, almost to see if there's any other Confederate guards in the general vicinity.
There are none, except you know that there's some in the building. There is a mobile doll directly in front of you that has its guns trained on Dr. Nine. It is Confederate.
So he climbs out. He calls over a robot companion, tells her to pilot the suit out, take it somewhere safe, and wait for his call.
Okay, the robot companion goes into the suit and closes the cockpit, and your suit transforms and flies away.
Wait just a second. If you're a psychic, why didn't you know this was going to happen?
She's got a point there. Peptimus Scirocco.
What type of psychic is this?
One of the ones who actually joined. He kind of looks around. He's like, "Follow me." He takes you to a bit of a back alley, making sure that the mobile doll can still see everyone.
The mobile doll doesn't follow you. Its guns are trained at the edge of the alley, but it doesn't follow you guys. So you guys
no, he's staying just
right before when they start walking. Dr. Nine is like, "Are you sure your friend over there ain't gonna slip on the trigger? The drone?"
Don't give him a reason.
Okay, you hear
he walks.
You hear bang, 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 and you notice that Dash Jackson has reached the door of the Capitol building, and he's slamming on the glass doors. Saying, "Let us in! Let freedom inside!"
Dr. Nine looks over to him. He's like,
Listen.
As we wait, go ahead.
What I need to talk to you about, and he pulled you just far enough away to be away from douchebag, but not far enough away that we're out of the gun train of the mobile doll.
Well,
I'm here
far away
because
a couple hundred yards away. He can't hear you guys.
Yeah,
if you're talking about Dash Jackson, he can't hear you.
He's like, look. Fact is, there's some of us within the Confederacy who feel that New Dakota needs more protection. I was sent here because the last person going to actually come here and help ended up getting killed.
No shit. Tell you what, though. Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, so here's the whole thing. Kakrakan was an ace who was actually a member of a group called the Hoplites. We are trying to help New Dakota fortified situation because, as it stands, should the Imperium come here, they won't be able to stand a chance. None of you will. The Confederacy currently is holding off New Dakota, from what I do know, but you need more firepower. That's why I'm here. And not to give you my mobile suit. And he points at them. He's like, don't do that again.
The Imperium. The Imperium. You mean the long-lost Imperium beyond the gate?
The Imperium hasn't been seen for 200 years, just so you guys are aware.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that would be them. Fact is, I only have more recent information. There was a fight between the Confederacy and the Imperium.
John, you know full well that the Imperium already broke through the gate and is bringing a fleet through the gate right now, right above New Dakota.
Oh, they're coming straight here?
Oh yeah. You know they're going to be here within 24 hours too.
Listen. They're going to be here within 24 hours. They broke through the gate. They're making their way here. Fact is, I was sent here to get all the Warmeks and bring them back to the Confederacy. But
you have video proof.
If he asks for it, I'll show him. But we want to make sure at least 2 of the Warmeks stay on New Dakota. If I can get at least one of them to the Confederacy, that can actually put me in a better standing to help all of you defend yourselves better. It's currently...
Question.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. So, the Imperium is part of the human race, right? Or is it the alien race?
Human.
Okay, so the Imperium is a human race. The Confederacy is what the Black Swan is a part of, right? Like the leader of?
And no, Black Swan's part of it.
He's a part of it.
He's a military leader.
Okay, so the Confederacy is against, like, what would happen if the Confederacy met the Imperium?
That already happened. That has already happened, and there's been fights.
Okay,
they're making their way here.
So hypothetically, say if I was to find someone with a loud mouth and told them that, hey, I am in fact a Confederate person, and I have inside information that the Imperium still exists, and this person just happens to open his mouth too much and tell the entire world that watches him this conspiracy from a Confederate person, would I be shot down by the mech?
Honestly, you're not going to have to worry about me because I'll be gone.
No, not that mech. The droid mech.
Let me spell it out for you, Scirocco. He isn't too fond of... She isn't too fond of that annoying fuck over there.
He called me a communist.
Calls everyone a communist. He's a dickhead.
Well, I called him a communist first, so it might be fair.
Okay, the door of the Capitol building opens, and the Black Swan appears. He is flanked by 4 guards, and he's right in front of Dash Jackson.
Crap.
Jackson looks scared. He backs away a couple steps, but he quickly gets his balls back, and he walks right up to him, and he starts talking mad shit. And you guys can barely hear you. Kind of far. Do you want to go close? The Swan is looking past him and looking at you guys.
I look over to them, and then I'm looking over at I'm pretty much staring at the Black Swan, and then I speak to Scirocco. You got proof about this, or this just your way of making it easier to take us in?
You make a mistake as to who I am. He turns on an iPad, hands it to you. There's files in there.
He opens up one of the files to see what's there. Oh my God, she's too precious.
Oh my goodness.
Dr. Nine found, after Dr. Nine finds the dog, he decides to join the Confederacy.
Oh,
that's precious.
Not
Can't
while I'm
hear you
drinking.
that long, that is so precious.
You look like such a happy puppy.
She looks so happy. She's full of love.
Yeah,
she sheds a lot of love too.
Oh yeah, she does.
You can feel her love everywhere.
Yep. Wherever she goes, there's sprinkles of love. Okay. Yeah, you watched the video of the fight from last week. Well, both of you were able to see Felix's character and Brain's character destroy the ship, the destroyer that was left behind to guard the gate and to close it in case the Imperium ever found the gate. And they destroyed it and they opened the gate. Another destroyer ship came through the gate, and it's an Imperium ship. It's an alien design. You guys have never seen it before.
Jesus Christ. These bastards don't know any fucking strategy. He gives you the pad. Yeah. Fucking got the strategy of a fucking ape.
Also, Sigma 9. You should know. They're gonna be here soon. Is something wrong?
Jonathan, you're in control of your character. No. Ash Jackson's right in front of you. Do you walk down to the group, or do you engage him? What do you do?
Nothing at all.
I speak to Jackson of. Let me guess. Are you here with the good doctor to air your complaints?
We're here. Well, he's kind of like off his guard that you actually are talking to him, and he's like, Black Swan, murderer! This is a notorious murderer and a war criminal of the Confederacy. They all got their cameras trained on him. And he's like, are you going to have the balls to let me inside that building so I can see what you're up to?
Yes. You and, I believe the good doctor there had questions.
You guys hear all this?
Oh, boy.
You're all RPing together now. You can jump in.
Before we go over there, I asked the good doctor, what's wrong?
He pulls out another cigarette. He's like,
he goes, if you're wondering about what the name I said,
smoking cyborg.
He hands you another pad. He hands you the pad and tells you to open up a particular file.
He looks at the file.
It's your fake. It's the faking of your death and the proof that you're alive. That was actually hidden by Hoplite Command. I was told to find you. They didn't actually tell me your new name.
Well, they didn't really do a good job deleting that information then, huh?
No, actually, they did. That's awesome. The last known copy.
You're getting a free XP.
Well, and if they did a good job, they wouldn't have done any of it.
John's getting a free XP for all this shit. He's doing really well.
He gives the pad right back. He's like,
and he deletes it right in front of you. He's like, I just needed to keep it long enough that you know I'm actually telling the truth.
He then gets close to Scirocco. He's like, if the command wants me back, I can't pilot anymore. He shows the hand. Doesn't.
And then I step up, do finger guns, and say, but I can.
I say, Hoplite Command is just trying to arm New Dakota. We're not trying to drag you into any fights.
All right. I'll go with you, Scirocco.
But do me a favor. If the guards inside say anything to you or any of you and try to pick a fight, just tell them you're my advisors.
Oh, wow. That really messed you up.
He looks to your character. He's like, I know you're going to want to tear into that poor guard, but please do not have him relieve himself on the floor. You scared enough last time.
I did such a good job, though.
I understand, which is why I'm asking you ahead of time.
Can I scare him just a little?
Just a little.
Just to make him question God?
Do what he says.
That would make him relieve himself. Just I don't want any messes in there.
I'm known as Dr. 9 now.
I'm sorry. I will use your new name.
This is Bonabel. Bonabel.
Yeah.
Hello, Bonabel.
Listen to what he says. While this is happening, Dr. 9 is desperately trying to hide the fact that his robotic arm is not under his control right now. It's trembling. His human hand is completely under control, but his robotic arm will not stay itself, which is his left arm.
If I punch it, will it fix
Are you
itself?
going to let us in or not? Dash Jackson says to the Black Swan.
Yes, we were about to let you guys in.
So Dr. 9 makes his way over to the Black Swan.
The Black Swan is surrounded by 4 elite guards. Dash Jackson is right in front of him, and the door's open. Jonathan, what do you do?
Oh my goodness.
All right, you two, follow me to air your complaints.
I would like to state my first complaint. I point towards Drax Jackson and I say, why on earth did you let this communist in here? That is my first complaint.
He's not inside, actually. So Jackson's right outside with his entire film crew.
So actually, we're all outside. We haven't
You're
gone
all
inside
you
yet.
haven't gone inside yet. And Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's up.
Yeah, we're walking up to the Black Swan right now.
Jonathan?
Black Swan starts to try to lead you guys inside.
So once Dr. 9 gets within range of Black Swan, he's like, "You're one clever motherfucker, you know that?"
And how so?
Swan,
All right.
you let Jackson inside with his film crew.
Yeah.
Okay. So they follow inside. It's amazing. He's the war criminal is trying to hide from his war crimes by bringing us inside, and watch how controlled this will be. And he barges in. He makes sure him and his film crew go first, but behind the Black Swan. So where do you take him, Swan?
I start to take them at the middle of the Capitol building.
Okay.
A place that would look dramatic enough.
You don't have a throne room? That you don't have a throne room. That'd be like the most dramatic.
Jonathan, are you having trouble hearing us or something?
Huh?
Are you having trouble hearing us?
No.
Okay, because you're weird. Go on. She asked you if you don't have a throne room.
Yeah. We currently do not.
Weak.
Yep.
So he leads you through a fairly ornate building. It looks like a Capitol building, the type of Capitol building you see anywhere. Lots of paintings, lots of art, lots of shit that taxpayers are paying for, and it's nice and pretty. He takes you right to the center of it, and there's like a big elevator where he takes you, and it opens up. And the whole time Jackson is talking. The whole time he doesn't really refer to any of you. He's just following. He makes sure he's first, right behind the Black Swan. Okay. You arrive at the elevator.
Lord have mercy.
What do you do, Jonathan?
From this point, I must take my leave. I believe I have heard the gist of all complaints. I put my hand on the Jackson. I bid you to witness the winds of change.
Okay.
Good day.
Jackson looks like stunned. He's just looking at him like what? And then behind you guys, the elevator opens. Do you guys go inside the elevator?
The doctor starts walking towards the elevator, and he says this, "Thank fucking Christ, I thought you'd let that annoying fuck come with us."
As you say that, Jackson keels over. Boom, and the crew's like, "What?" And they all gather around him, and the Swan vanishes with his 4 guards.
Do the cameramen die too, or just Jackson?
Just Jackson. He killed him.
Would it be improper to loot his body?
I look at his.
Go for it.
I see Jackson keel over. I'm like, remember there were policies that I might have liked about the Confederacy.
The guards are like, not the guards, the crew's like, did you just kill this man? And the guards train their guns on them, and they're like, and then they just put their hands up and back away and see the Jackson. Do you try to loot him, Bonabel?
I say, oh my word, guess what? My companion's a doctor. And I nudge him, and then hopefully he will get the hint to loot the body while he's pretending to see if he's okay or not.
When you say that he's a doctor, I'm like, he goes over to this body, and he's like, and he looks down at it, he's like, I'm not a physicist, and I wouldn't touch this piece of shit. I dropped my cigarette on his body. I wouldn't touch that filth if I had a 12-foot forceps.
One of his cameramen gets up and gets in your face. He said, "This was a man that loved liberty. How dare you?" The camera's all over.
If he loved you,
when
he brings the
attention, these are the criminals who killed Dash Jackson.
Scirocco isn't there. He kind of like steps off.
Did you go to the elevator or do you follow?
Okay, so since my doctor friend is being useless, I pretend to start sobbing, throw myself on top of the dead body, and try to loot his corpse.
Roll a dexterity roll.
Oh no!
And give yourself a +2 on top of your normal bonuses.
Okay, is that a 120 again?
Yeah, 20-sided dice. Add your bonuses, your dex bonuses, and you're gonna add a +2 because that was really nice.
I got a 12.
Well, it's good enough. You're able to loot 30 credits from his broke ass. Okay? 30 credits from his broke ass and some kind of communication device that you think you can hack if given enough time.
So while she's doing that, I take their attention. I'm like, well, if he really was hero of liberty, what has he done about the riots?
He was trying, you son of a bitch. This is what he was doing. He was going to expose these people. That criminal that just murdered him.
Really? Because he didn't act much like a New Dakotan. He just talked a lot.
And you don't
we the people in New Dakota.
Mask?
He says he keeps going. He's like, we the people of New Dakota. We speak with actions.
And you just hear harsh crying in the background.
And your action was murder. Also, you go into the elevator, Madeline, or you sneak away?
I pick myself up dramatically, cry a few more times, and just slither my way into the elevator. All the while sobbing uncontrollably.
Oh no.
So
I'm in the back of the elevator.
Oh my god, she's too damn precious, and you can actually see her face. Oh, she's looking at us. Oh, Abby! See, she looks at us. Abby, you're a good girl, Abby.
So cute.
Oh my god, she's so precious.
Sorry, she has to include herself every few minutes.
So, after I say that, I'm like, after I say that, I pretty much say, after I say that, I just walk away. I've lit another cigarette by this point, and I keep going.
Okay, Scirocco, you went into the elevator, right?
Yep.
Okay. Swan.
During the sobbing and the madness, I slipped in.
Okay. Swan,
you're welcome.
go to your control room with your guards.
Thank you.
You're watching every step of the way, so you can actually Whenever you want, you can come in and say things to them. There are speakers all over this building, and you're able to watch every step of the way. So if you want to say something,
That's kind of creepy.
What happened?
you're watching everything they say, even though you're not with them.
Okay.
You can also talk to them at any point. So you're able to hear and say and speak. So from where you go into your room and you gotta put a bunch of cables just like the Iron Mask does, and you're watching them. Okay, you can speak up during what was about to happen to them. So if you wish to assist them because you have an idea, you figure something out that they haven't, you can jump in, you can chime in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys gonna
Yeah,
tell me?
that was straight out of Iron Mask. The freaking guy just out of nowhere keeling over.
You're not allowed to tattle about stealing stuff off of dead corpses. That's
Okay,
not
so
cool.
did I? So I saw, I pretty much I did my distraction. So nice. Did Scirocco notice
By the way, how John
the
did
taking of
that
the
was
item?
that he has code words that he has with me, and the code words, some of his code words that he gives me are "I kill this guy." Pretty much means I kill this guy. So he doesn't have to roll if it's someone as weak as Jackson. So
Yeah.
that's what the code word he used. I kill this guy.
That I'm not sure if you noticed, Jonathan, but that was straight out of F91. Someone keeled over like that.
Mhm.
The guy that you know what
That's
I'm
why
talking
he
about.
did it.
That one guy. Yeah.
That's why he did it.
He's well aware. Make no mistake of that.
Straight
See
out
that
of F91.
smile.
He's doing his homages to Iron Mask.
So
Okay, you
I
guys get in the
step it.
elevator, and you guys speak as the elevator heads straight down.
Yeah, as the elevator heads down, I look over to Scirocco. I'm like, I got one condition, if you don't mind, Scirocco. If you have the power to accept it, or the authority.
Name it.
She's my
see what I
pilot.
can do. All right.
She is the pilot. Mm-hmm.
Scirocco, you are aware that there are 3 mobile suits. There's only one here.
These are the Warmeks or just regular mobile suits?
The Warmeks. One of the Warmeks is underneath the capital.
Megsy.
As we're going down, it's like, so you Confederate boys ain't done with me yet, then?
Not so much the Confederacy. The Confederacy thinks you're dead. It's the hoplites who hid your death, or hid any evidence of you surviving, I should say. What you saw was the last information left, and I deleted it. And you can
Question.
also think, yes.
If I have the sweaty guy's phone, and technically they have some type of social media, and a lot of people have their account signed in at all times, does this mean I could pretend to be him?
He was recorded dying, unless he somehow, and that was very likely to be live.
He's a conspiracy theorist. Everyone knows that death is not a true death. So I could message essentially saying I'm a communist, or use it for propaganda means.
Absolutely, you can. Once you hack into it, which won't take you long, but you do have to sit down and focus on it. It should take you about 20 minutes. You can absolutely.
If you want me to hack into that, I likely could.
Start doing like a
the way you rolled earlier, I want you nowhere near my communication device.
No.
Right. Let's take a quick 2 or 3 minute bathroom break. Everyone go pee, and then we'll come back and continue right here. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, John.
Continue recording. I'm not gonna record while we discuss that. So, hold on a second. We're doing it. All right. So
I just have a petty grudge.
What'd you say?
Completely understandable.
I have a petty grudge, and that's all it is. It's fine. We don't have to discuss it any further.
Petty grudge. I wasn't even petty grudge. I think I missed some of this when I was in the bathroom. The elevator as it goes down. Scirocco, you, both you and I,
Yes.
and the Black Swan are paying attention to the elevator as it goes down. You're noticing that there's more lights turning on it than usual. You've already been here, You don't get very far. The elevator stops at a certain floor, and it won't continue. Now there's a new floor underneath. You can see the little light for a completely new floor, and there's a dim, soft glow coming from one of Dr. Nine's pockets, and it's the same color as the glow coming from that button that shows the bottom floor that you guys are heading to. It's the key, by the way, Dr. Nine, that's glowing as you get closer to where it's supposed to go. Any of you say anything to each other as you notice these things?
Dr. Nine?
By this point, he's already put out his cigarette and he's left the butt on the floor. Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, sorry. Yep.
May you do the honors? And he points at the button and then points at the glow.
Is that key slot for the key?
No.
Right now?
The button just appeared because the key is close to it. You don't have to stick it in. You just have to hit the button with your finger.
I punched the button.
She punches the button, and you hear a voice coming. Thank you very much. A gravelly voice, and a door opens. And,
Did I just sell my soul?
and you enter a room, and you hear a disembodied voice above you. This room has very bright lights, by the way. Directly above you, it's fairly featureless, and there's a door at the end, and there's a door at the end of the room. So it's just the elevator door, a featureless room with bright lights, and a door at the end.
That sounds like a trap.
Yeah, you hear it. Of course it is. So you hear a voice directly above you. I am the voice of Megsy. You must pass through this room. Fail safes enacted. The elevator door, it's waiting for you to step through. Please step inside.
Can that key you're holding do anything?
By this point, I get the key and I make sure it's in my human hand, my flesh hand. So it might not. I step inside.
Okay.
I wish I had my armor right now.
How about the rest of you?
I follow disembodied voices instructions.
A new camera turns on for you, Swan, so you
I
can
follow.
see inside as well. And you can hear inside. The voice of Megsy speaks. Fail safes initiated. And you hear the elevator door close, and it doesn't open again.
Disconcerting.
And here comes your puzzle.
Oh no, puzzle!
And it's not easy. There is a thing that nothing is, and yet it has a name. It's sometimes tall and sometimes short. Joins our talks, joins our sport, and plays at every game. Awaiting answer. I can repeat it as many times as you want. That's just the only time I'm going to do it.
Is there any way to be able to read it?
I will hold on a second. I'll just type it out in the group if you want. Go into Telegram.
Yeah. Yeah, you can type it into the Discord. Yeah.
I can't understand words when spoken.
This is a riddle. You're not to Google and find the riddle. Okay, so
that'd be lame.
I'll put it in the chat. Okay.
Oh, wrong chat. The gate over to Dakota. Here we go.
I've never once actually thought about Googling a riddle until now.
That's because he cries before he even reads the first sentence.
Yeah, I'm honestly, when it's a riddle, yeah.
I actually want to read this thing thoroughly.
My weakness is riddles.
My weakness is existence.
Yeah, well, at least it isn't riddles.
There it is. The riddle is there's a riddle, and there's also I've given you another clue. It's not just a riddle. Just pointing it out to you. Something about the room is
okay.
Good luck. You may answer as many times as you want. You can ask Megsy questions if you'd like.
Does my mother love me? Oh, not those questions? Okay.
Of course she does.
Oh my goodness.
That only the Decepticons love you. I mean, Megsy.
I went to search for the riddle, and then I saw your meme, Madeline. Thanks. Jesus. Nothing else yet hasn't.
All right. Are any of you drawing any ideas on this?
Is it like a pause?
What?
Oh, a timeout?
Is that your...
Not a timeout, but like a pause in like speech.
Oh.
No, it's not. Fleshling fool.
You know, that is my middle name.
You did call him Megatron. Black Swan, you can jump in if you want. Remember, you're here.
And yet,
technically watching.
That is the case, but like I have no idea what the answer to this rule is.
there's a thing that nothing is. Yeah.
Megsy.
They sometimes.
It'd be funny if one of the other players
Megsy.
looks in and answers it for you.
Yeah.
What?
Megsy, codename Apollo. Were you in your previous life a Sphinx?
A Sphinx? No. Only a Decepticon.
There is a thing that is nothing yet.
If you were a Decepticon, you would have destroyed us. You were a Sphinx in your previous life.
I'm being forced to do this.
And go forward. And place it every game.
Oh.
Can I phone in my mom?
Phone in any of the players too.
A slot comes out of my character's chest. He pulls out another cigarette. He's like, "Then you feel the misery as I do too, Apollo."
I tried to contact Peptimus Scirocco quietly and see if it's referee.
You don't have to say. You can actually speak to the entire group.
Yeah, but I tried to say it like silently.
Okay. So you guys hear the Black Swan trying to be really silent, and one of the giant speakers in the room. It's referee.
Well, if he's contacting my comm, then he shouldn't have a problem.
You just invented you have comms. Okay, they have comms. Yes, of course.
Did you guys purchase comms?
Yeah.
They don't need to purchase.
I stole a comm off a dead body. Could I Google it on that thing?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's right. I have the internet. I could Google it. I actually have the internet. I could Google it.
To solve a riddle when I can figure out the problem.
Oh my god.
The internet's really stupid. You go try to Google it and you find cat memes.
Oh, so worth it.
So he says it out loud, or are we still going that he said it through the speakers?
No.
He intended to go through the comms, so.
Yeah, he went through the comms.
The current players are currently
the best part is there's 2 more of these, so good luck. You gotta get through to get to Megsy. Good luck.
The Imperium will burn us through before we finish.
I have a feeling this is gonna last until the next adventure. So the city will be exploding while you guys are still fucking riddles out here.
And we can answer as many times as we want, right?
Yes, until you get it right.
So, referee?
It's not a referee, you fleshling fool.
A referee doesn't join our sport and play every game.
Reason
You know, I'm really not into sports.
It's nothing, yet it has a name.
There is a thing.
The room has bright lights in it. They're right above you.
And yet
the lights.
it has a name.
The lights hit your bodies and it casts the long
A shadow?
There you go. The door opens. Is it? Megsy goes, "Yeah, the dungeon master had to help you." The door opens and there's another.
Holy shit. That's a pretty good damn riddle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a shadow.
I hated it.
Yeah, me too.
I loved it, but I hated it at the same time.
I never, don't bring me for riddles. I never get them.
Yeah, you got two more. The door opens.
So after you say shadow, I'm like, I go ahead and I pull out a flask and I take a nice long swig of
I
whiskey.
ask if I can have some too.
I don't have enough for both of us. And apparently there's more. My condolences.
All right. So what's the next riddle?
Oh, you got to step through the door.
Oh, I go through. Or are you guys going?
Through.
Okay, the two.
I want my robot.
Each of you walk into the next room. This room is featureless. Also, normal lights, though, not the giant, ridiculously bright ones above you. The normal lights, they're very dim, actually to the point that it's almost completely pitch black in here. Megsy goes, "Please let me know when you're ready for your next test." The door behind you closes.
Fuck. Go ahead.
Bring it on.
Dead people eat it always. Live people who eat it die slowly.
Can you type that out again, please?
Yes.
Dead people eat it always, but if live people eat it, they die slowly?
Yep.
Dead people eat it always. Live people who eat it die slowly. Dead people eat it always.
Dirt.
Is that your answer? Dirt.
Are we allowed to ask multiple answers? Like, are we allowed to say multiple things, or am I going to be vaporized?
As many times as you wish. No, it's not.
Okay.
You are wrong. It is not dirt.
Decay?
I figured that one. That was my first guess, but I knew it wasn't it.
Decay.
Dead people eat it always. Live people who eat it die slowly. Dead people eat it always.
Time?
Time. How'd you eat time?
I don't know. This is a riddle.
You take a clock, blend it up real good, put some milk in it, and chug it down.
These riddles make...
It's not
painful, but yeah, she's got a point.
What did she say?
You take the clock, you blend it up real good, put some milk in it, and chug it down.
No, it's not a clock. John's face was funny.
Age?
How do they eat age?
I don't know. Riddles don't make sense to me ever.
I'll wait.
Megsy, how long have you been here?
Can we ask Megsy what the answer is?
You may.
Like, if we ask real nice with a good please on top?
You may, pilot. But I won't give it to you.
But oh, Supreme Overlord Ruler, the best robot in the whole entire world. I am but a simple servant.
Watching you suffer has been the most entertainment I've had in a long time.
If you give me the answer, we can make more people suffer.
Eventually.
Is the answer poison?
No. Nice try, disembodied voice.
Oh. Dr. Nine notices that he's listening to this. Is like, oh, so he's still great.
The room is a clue, just like the last room.
It's dim.
It's dim.
It's a dim room. Dim, empty room. Hopelessness.
It has, yeah, you just said it. It's a dim, empty room. It's almost dark. The only reason there's enough is just enough light for you to walk in, so you can look around. But so you can see it's dim.
Is it darkness?
Is it shadows again?
No, and no.
Is it? He pulls out the flask and drinks again. He's like, well, Scirocco, you got anything?
Still trying.
Why couldn't you invite someone smart?
You know who likes riddles? Felix. So, you guys are fucking not here. And loose.
We're blessed he's not here. If he gets that thing, he's gonna start a genocide.
Yeah, both Loose and Felix like riddles.
Dead people eat
Could you repeat the riddle again?
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
People eat it always. Live people who eat it die slowly.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Rot?
Nothing is the answer. Nothing.
We already said that.
Is nothing the answer?
It's the answer. You are correct. The door opens. The lights turn on. It's no longer. And you see there's nothing in the room.
I'm the smartest.
Well done.
When
Third room.
When she says that, Dr. Nine takes a puff of his cigarette and he freaking inhales the whole thing in one go, flicks it, and then drinks the rest of his flask. And he then puts it away. And pulls out another cigarette. I told you I needed this more.
And here I heard.
Next riddle.
And I heard this good doctor was intelligent. Pandora was incorrect. The door opens. Come inside for your last riddle.
I figured the challenges would be more with the technological prowess rather than riddles.
If he's gonna be my robot, he has to be made out of nonsense.
Clearly.
He's perfect.
Thank you. I look forward to meeting you. Come inside. You guys go inside now?
Well, everyone else get your butt inside. We're trying to answer the last riddle.
Yeah, I get in.
Okay, you all go into the third room. The lights turn on, nice and bright. This room has actual decoration. The decorations in this room are children's decorations, like the type of decorations you see in a kindergarten room. Okay, there's numbers, there's the alphabet, there's little toys. It looks like a kindergarten room. Okay, I will read. We are very little creatures. All of us have different features. One of us in glass is set. One of us you'll find in jet. Another you may see in tin. And a fourth is boxed within. If the fifth you should pursue, it can never fly from you. What are we?
Eyes?
Good fucking luck. I'll put it into the chat.
We are very little creatures.
Oh, consonants? No, not consonant. Vowels.
Holy shit. Megatron's like, what? That was fucking quick.
I like how he actually cursed.
The door opens. And you enter a giant hangar. And I wasn't expecting you guys to actually do this today, so you managed it. You enter a huge hangar, and in front of you is the massive figure of the Warmek, Megsy. And here is your image.
So, Dr. Nine slaps his hand on Bonabel's shoulder. He's like, I'd be dead right now otherwise, without you. Thank you.
Wow.
You've heard that one before, haven't you?
I would have.
Have you, Madeline? Because that's a hard one.
What?
That riddle.
No, I haven't, but normally all riddles, like a lot of riddles that trip me up seem to have like something to do with what actually is like in it, and it has something to do with like a letter or a word inside the riddle. Mm-hmm. And then when I kept seeing vowels and stuff like that, I'm like, I forgot what a vowel was. I thought it was a consonant, but I meant vowel. And that's like one of the simple things you learn in elementary school, and you also brought up there were letters all around and stuff.
Brain just gave you guys one of the answers, by the way. But you're
Yeah.
What else is inside the massive hangar?
There's a lot inside the hangar, and it will take a while.
Nothing else matters except for my mech.
Megatron is in the ladder, and Megatron, Megsy's front section opens up, and the lights glow, and he goes, "Welcome, Bonabel. Please insert the key."
I hand the key to her.
I run up and give it to him, or put it in him, whatever the answer is.
Well, as she's running up to do this,
the cockpit, you sit
is there
down
any
in the cockpit.
computer? I'm looking for files and computers.
We'll get to you in a second. I want to help her. You get into the cockpit, Madeline?
Sure.
Okay, as you get into the cockpit, you see the thing conform to you. Basically, starts to move around you, and it pulls you back, and it does it all by itself. It just basically takes over your body and puts all sorts of parts and pieces all over you, and you're able to see. Now you see through Megatron's eyes. You can see outside.
Efficient.
Yep, you can see outside of you. You can see Dr. Nine wandering around looking for things. You can see Scirocco looking up at you. And the machine tells you, "I have taken your DNA. Now only you may pilot me, Bonabel."
It's like we're married already.
Welcome. Your dungeon master will give you your stats next week.
I'm so excited.
So you have your first Warmek. Megatron.
I have to ask, is this the one that turns into the gun, or is this one that turns into a cannon or tank?
The ship.
This will turn into
a what?
He's the one who turns into the jet.
He's like a jet.
Oh, okay.
This version.
Okay.
All right. So Tyler, what are you looking for?
I forgot about that one.
First priority is computers. Second is files.
Okay. Your eyes turn towards the computers, and you may roll an intelligence check.
Actually, I have statistics just for this shit. Science.
The computers are making a noise, and you're trying to identify.
I'm also gonna.
They're repeating the noise over and over and over again.
I'm gonna use science and my special ability that allows me to add my level to any of the associated skills that are with the techie. So it's gonna be a +4, unless I get trolled by the dice again.
Roll.
Are like the machines making a noise in like a Morse code type of way, or just noises?
That's what's happening. It's in a Morse code type of way.
All right.
Tyler can try to identify it. What'd you roll?
15.
15? Okay, it's over and over and over again telling you that Megatron, that Megsy, is not alone. And it keeps repeating the term white base over and over and over and over again. And it's telling you below.
All right.
It's telling you below.
All right.
And I think we'll end it right there for
Nice.
this week. So those of you who watch Gundam know what a white base is. You can tell.
Oh, I know, and I'm nerding out.
You can tell Madeline what that is.
So can I, before we continue, could I have my character ask a question of another character real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Scirocco, you said that you weren't referring to the Confederacy. What is Hoplite?
It's a small group that was formed from people who were tired of the Confederacy not helping New Dakota as we believe they should.
And your friend up above, he's one of them?
Nope. Not really. He's just a soldier. He won't do. He may not do anything since you're with me, but I have no control over him.
Naturally, we're trying to speak in a quiet way. Does that affect the fact that he hears us or no?
He hears every word you're saying because he's connected to
Megatron hears all.
Oh, so does Megatron. Both Megatron and the Black Swan can hear every word you say.
Since we're still alive, I suggest
Scirocco turns off his comment.
Was that what happens?
I forgot it was still on.
Unless he turns off his comm link, up until this point, unless he goes ahead and does it now, the Swan is listening.
All right. And Dr. Nine, he's not sure, about any of this, so whoops.
Yeah, I completely. I'll be honest. I forgot that I had the comm link on, so whoops. But anyway, what I say is, look, he hasn't killed us yet, so more than likely he's interested in what we're doing. All I could really say is, his decisions are his own.
And I imagine he can hear every word we're saying via some sort of audio somewhere.
I could hear every word and every breath.
Nice.
That's so creepy.
That's a good way to end it. We'll stop right there.
Okay, side question.